Welcome on board the KC-30A multi-role transport tanker. We're going to show you the role and the function of this aircraft today, and you're on an operational mission on Operation Okra. We're flying up to northern Iraq as we speak, and we're operating in northern Iraq and on the Syrian border. Today we'll be refuelling a number of coalition aircraft, including the British GR4 Tornado, the French RAAF fighters, and US Navy EA-6 Prowler aircraft. Now we also refuel a whole bunch of other aircraft, including our own Australian Super Hornets and EA-7A Wedgetail aircraft. Okay, first things first, I thought we'd start with the front end of the aircraft. The KC-30 is based off the Airbus A330 airframe. There's a two-pilot configuration, captain's in the left-hand seat and the co-pilot's in the right-hand seat. Currently we're flying at 30,000 feet, doing it 840 kilometres per hour, and it takes us about 2.5 hours to get up to the refueling stations. Okay, this is quite different from any other aircraft. This is the air refueling operator's console, and your air refueling operator today is Dewey. So say hello, Dewey.
G'day, folks.
Alright, so from this console we'll operate the air refueling systems on the aircraft. The aircraft is equipped with two drogues, which come out from the hoses from the wingtips there, the drogue probe refuel system, and it also has a centerline boom. But let's talk about the drogues. So, the way the refueling sequence goes is once the tank is on track, the receiving aircraft will firstly conduct an intercept and join to the rear of the tanker. Once they're on the wing, they will be given the permission from the ARO to move into what we call the pre-contact position. Once they're there, behind the hoses, and Dewey gives them the clearance, they'll then move forward and make contact with their probes into the drogue. Now once they are in contact, they'll push forward and get into what we call the refueling range. And once they're in the refueling range, the fuel transfer will commence automatically, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for this aircraft to offload a normal load of fuel to a fighter receiver. So the other refueling system on this aircraft is the boom refueling system. For the boom refueling system, we typically refuel bigger aircraft such as the Wedgetail or C-17s or USAF fighters such as the F-16. An aircraft that's going to refuel off the boom system will come into the stern position right behind the tanker aircraft and hold that position in formation. And then Dewey will use the flight control stick here to fly the boom into position, and once it's in position he'll extend the nozzle with the telescopic control stick to have the nozzle engage the receptacle of the receiving aircraft. Once that's all stable, Dewey will then initiate the transfer of fuel, and again it takes around about 10 to 15 minutes to transfer a full load of fuel to one of these bigger aircraft, but at a much higher rate than we achieve with the drogue system.
So that completes another air refueling sortie for the KC-30A in Operation Okra. Now we just delivered a mission essential fuel to coalition aircraft operating in northern Iraq and eastern Syria. Now that's just another typical mission for the men and women at this time of rotation 11 from number 33 Squadron. But what is impressive is since October 2014, KC-30A crews have flown over 1,000 sorties and 8,000 flying hours. But more importantly, they delivered over 37 million litres of aviation fuel to combat aircraft in the operating area. That aviation fuel is what enables the air power that has been applied to this Operation Inherent Resolve, enabling the coalition to disrupt and degrade and ultimately defeat Daesh in Iraq and Syria.